In 2008, 36% of all fatalities on the roads of Virginia involve someone with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% or higher, which makes them legally drunk. Chris Konschak, executive director of MAD Virginia, says that even a couple drinks leading to buzz driving is the same thing and just as dangerous.
Buzz drinking and driving, you're still drunk. Folks think that they're not completely impaired or they're not falling down drunk, but in reality they're not able to make the reactions that they need to make when they're driving. They're not able to distinguish when there are problems that they should be on higher alert for, and they're just not as good of a driver when they're buzzed. And if they were to take a blood alcohol test, they would most likely come out as a 0.08 or above.
Because of parties and the general festive atmosphere of the holidays, Konschak says that drunk driving is especially prevalent from Thanksgiving through New Year's.
The holiday season is an incredibly deadly time on our roads. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's, we lose somewhere around 1,100 to 1,200 people nationwide in drunk driving crashes. We often think of New Year's as being a deadly time, but it goes back all the way back to Thanksgiving, and people start celebrating at Thanksgiving, and they really don't let up on the celebrating all the way through New Year's. And so there are, as a result of all different type of holiday parties and events, we have an increased number of drunk drivers on the road, and unfortunately too many people are coming into contact with them and losing their lives. And then another great number of people are being impacted as victims by being injured. And we make a big deal about the 354 people that died in Virginia in 2008 in alcohol-related crash, but there were another 7,000 people that were injured by a drunk driver. And oftentimes folks that are injured by drunk drivers, it's a lifelong injury. It's not something that people walk away from.
According to Konschak, the best thing you can do is simple: plan ahead. Set a designated driver or call a taxi service or other community service before you go to the party. Like most everything else, being prepared is the key.
If they know that they're going out and they're planning on drinking, that they already have designated a non-drinking driver, or that they planned for a cab ride home, or that they plan to spend the night where they are, but they've made some plan in advance so that they're not stuck there at the moment when they decide that they're drunk trying to figure out how they're going to get home, and then if no program's available, they end up getting in the car and driving home anyway. And so if they go into an evening or an afternoon of drinking with the plan already in place, then it's much, much less likely that they're going to end up getting behind the wheel of a car.
MAD's oldest program, Tie One On for Safety, is designed to bring awareness to the problem during the holidays.
The Tie One On for Safety campaign is MAD's longest running campaign. It's about 23 years old now. We remind people during the holidays, but throughout the year, to always designate a non-drinking driver and to buckle up when you get behind the wheel of a car. And so we encourage people to tie a red ribbon on their car or somewhere that it's visible, or put a magnetic red ribbon on their car to remind everybody on the road not to drink and drive, and as a pledge that they're not going to drink and drive and that they're going to buckle up when they get behind the wheel of a car.
Konschak reminds everyone that responsible behavior for yourself and for family and friends is necessary this holiday season.
Again, encourage people, particularly during the holidays, to look at ways to make sure that you're not drinking and driving, that your guests aren't drinking and driving, that your friends aren't drinking and driving, whether that means having programs there to make sure that people are getting home safely, whether it means setting up designated drivers, whether it means having alcohol-free drinks available to make sure that there's somebody that's able to be part of a party but not drinking. Whatever it takes, making sure that folks aren't getting behind the wheel of a car impaired.
Though Virginia's drunk driving laws are among the toughest in the nation, the human cost of injuries and loss of life far exceed any fine or jail. By simply acting responsibly, you can alleviate your risk of a catastrophic injury this holiday season. For more safety tips or information on how to keep your family safe on Virginia roadways, click online to the Drive Smart Virginia or Farm Bureau Insurance websites.